Hello, Cosmic Family. This is Charlie from the Cosmic Labyrinth, and here doing the weekend wrap up and just kind of giving everybody an overview of what I've been going through this week, and wanting to share some of the lessons as well as kind of give anybody insight of kind of what I've learned this week. Okay. So I was able to start the herbology class. I got chapter 7.1 section 1 out there, so if everybody's interested in listening to that, and I'm hopefully going to get 7.2 out today. And it's kind of rough. I'd like to do more with the visuals, but it's I just didn't have a lot of time this week. It was really setting up the studio and building up kind of like the process to be able to churn out these videos very quickly as I learn these lessons. I had a really fun time on Thursday. I actually part of a meetup, and we our topic this time was kind of exploring tarot, however you want to pronounce it. And we went to a really cool coffee shop. It was a coffee shop that had walls of board games. And you basically, it's like a small coffee shop with food, but you pay $5 to play any board games out there. And then during happy hour from 2 to 6 most days, it's only $2.50. So actually it's a great place if you're interested to bring some friends, 3 to 4 people, trying out different games. There's so many games. I mean, most of them I've never even heard of. So now that I'm developing my own board game, it's really exciting to kind of go check it out. But I was there with a couple of friends, and we were exploring tarot, and I had 3 decks, and somebody else had 3 decks, and we decided to do a 6-card reading. You just basically shuffle the cards. This time we kind of make it generic, just if there was any messages for us to hear from our higher selves. And we all picked a card from the deck, so we had 6, and I let everyone choose however they wanted to form the cards, because a lot of times people are like, oh, do you guys observe upside down card? Some cards don't have upside down cards, so I kind of said, if you feel like it's an upside down card, then keep it upside down, but you don't have to. I think it's I was telling everybody, just make up a story that reflects what's going on in your life. So what was really fun is everybody had a chance to kind of make up their own little story and start to get an idea of how easy it is to start doing divination with tarot. It was simply just making a story. There was another girl there who had done tarot, and she was kind of picking one card at a time, and she had picked 3. And she picked them one at a time. She took one. She asked, what do I need to hear? She took one. She looked at it. She put it down. She took a second one. She took a third one. What's really funny is I've been hearing this with a lot of people who, when they first start doing tarot, they'll throw in 1 card or 2 cards to kind of get an answer for something. And then they'll kind of ask, can I get more explanation? And they'll pull out a couple more cards. So this time I decided, hey, let's just pull 6 cards. Maybe the information that we need to hear and the story will be a little bit more specific to what's going on, rather than if you pull 1 card. It's like trying to explain something with 3 words, but a sentence, you can fit a lot more information. So similar to what tarot was, and what's really funny is the girl who ended up picking her first 3 cards initially by herself, she decided to put the cards back and did a whole 6-card draw. And literally, the first 3 cards that she chose were the exact same cards that she had just taken separately. So it kind of shows that sometimes getting more cards allows us to kind of see a bigger answer if Spirit is trying to tell us something. A lot of times we expect answers a certain way, like, can I do this? I want to hear yes. And if they say maybe, you're like, well, what does it mean? So a lot of times drawing out so many tarot cards allows you to have a much more detailed answer to your question. So So that was a lot of fun. You guys should definitely check out if you're out here in Houston. It's called T Plus Victory, is the name of the coffee shop up by the Heights. So that was northwest of Houston. No, I love the Heights. The Heights is, everybody's saying, is developing, so there's a lot more. I guess it's that hipster vibe that people will talk about that's happening in Houston. Okay. And then I have a midterm on Monday, so this weekend I'm definitely going to do a separate class or separate video for differentiation. That class is really good to kind of learn the different ways to differentiate between what's happening in your body, what symptoms are happening due to what illnesses. So that's a good class. I'm not sure how I'm going to be, but I'm just going to read a lot of these notes because it's really about processing the information. So if anybody's interested, I will be starting that series. And then today's Saturday, and I had an amazing time here at the Youniversoul Festival here in Midtown in Houston. It's the third year they had it. I was there last year, the second year. It was amazing, and this year I just couldn't wait to go see conscious people, like-minded people, beautiful, amazing people, just there to share each other's energies. Everybody's coming from a different place in Houston, and they're kind of sharing their awakening process, which is great. We had some sections where people were doing pranic healing. So we had a group of pranic healers from here in Houston. I saw some chiropractors. People were also doing different body, soul, Akashic records, soul retrievals, which was really beautiful. A lot of these vendors on the side. And then the Yoga Fest was separated into these amazing tents that kind of had a specific theme throughout the day. So the main tent was really yoga. It was yoga from 10 to 7. And every hour they had a different instructor have a different sets of yoga. So the one I did was at 11 o'clock. I'm sorry, 1 o'clock. And it was amazing. It was more of the relaxing into your stretches. And I'm kind of a little embarrassed. I totally passed out when we had to do the last pose, Shavasana, when you're like just laying there. And I was so tired because I've been moving everything to the studio, trying to set up the studio to really build out these, a really good way to process these videos. So, I've been moving a lot and I've been really tired. And so when I was, and I hadn't done yoga for like 2 weeks. So it was my first yoga in a while. And the yoga was amazing. It totally relaxed me so much that I passed out. And then when everybody kind of like ended yoga, I totally woke up and go, oh crap. I was like, okay, it's over now. And then one of our good friends, Saul Mill, was there, and he's the one who was doing the beautiful sound bath bowls while we were doing yoga. So I will probably blame him as well because his bowl music was so amazing that I totally passed out, went out of body somewhere, I don't remember. And that was the main tent. Then there was another beautiful, awesome tent called the Red Tent, and it was a lot more of giving people an opportunity to talk about very important things in our lives. So you could call it like the mental tent, right? The yoga was more like the spiritual body work, working with your body, tuning into your body. The Red Tent was more of like people were giving discussions. One of them that I really enjoyed, it was synchronistic, but it's very much down our alley. And even Cosmic Labyrinth would like to explore the idea of the divine masculine. But this, I think it was Bevan, the speaker, he was saying how it's all about being the divine human, and that I love kind of the messages that we're having about being more of a, what kind of divine masculine do you want to be, and making sure that, we're holding space for women as well as the women, the divine feminine is also holding space for us to allow us to explore our emotions because we have them. And now that we are exploring them, we can be more in tune with them so that when we do go into relationship with the feminine, we're not going, what is going on with my emotions? She's having some kind of emotional reaction. I don't get it because I don't know what my emotions are. And so you have this big fight over the emotions where clearly maybe what happened wasn't a big deal, but the emotion was very big that it caused such a big problem. So that discussion was really beautiful. We had a lot of men who were speaking up, asking both the other men as well as the other women in the community, this is what we're looking for. Here are some things like I'm looking for this as a man, what can we explore? So a beautiful conversation. And then there was another tent. It was kind of more of the movement or dancing. They did a lot more. So there was ecstatic dance. There's hula hoops. There was a lot more. There's a lot more. Not want to say workshops, but exploration of our body. And so different teachers were showing us the different ways that we can tune into our body. Hula hoop was one that I noticed. I didn't go to too many of those. It was actually really difficult to find the balance between being a spectator or someone in the festival enjoying the yoga, not having to go around recording what people were doing, being able to talk to people, not having a camera in their face. So I'm still finding that right balance between talking to people, allowing them for me to interview them, or just being able to film. I think I'm still getting comfortable with filming people. I think we get a little weird when someone's filming us, like, why are you filming me? So I was totally kind of going through that mindset. And it'll take me a bit to get used to being able to feel comfortable filming what I'm exploring out in the real world, here in Houston, at least. Oh, so the Enlightenment Hall was really cool. They had different speakers that came in. I met their group called Creative Mornings. They do these talks. It's kind of like similar to TED Talks, but they bring in different people from the community to having different conversation. They pick a theme. So it's very similar to the panel that I've been working on with the meetup, as well as working with these videos, the Cosmic Labyrinth, where we're trying to explore different topics and allowing everyone to hear these conversations. So, definitely check it out. I'm gonna go actually check out this venue. They say Friday mornings they do these talks. So I'm gonna find out where it is, and hopefully I will make a video about that so you guys can find out what kind of awesome stuff there are here in Houston. Ooh, what was really cool too is I really they did a drum circle around the afternoon time, and I was able to record some of that. So that was a beautiful moment to enjoy. They also had really cool artists showing really cool stuff. Different artists, goddesses. There was a guy who did. It looked very much like the fractals, or you see the life circuits. When people kind of see, when you go into psychedelic experience, they're able to see kind of the circuitry that's behind all the different things that we see. Sorry, I had a great time at the Youniversoul Festival. It was an amazing time to meet like-minded souls, everyone who is in their own journey, developing their own personal growth, spiritually, mentally, physically. The vendors they had juice bars, people who were doing some juice. They had crystal shops. So they had all kinds of conscious and spiritual vendors and people who are gathering and really trying to bring awareness to the conscious movement here in Houston. So I'm very excited. And and so this festival and the last week, and I've also been playing with being able to do really cool cinematic shots for you guys to kind of experience Houston and be able to see the beautiful places here. So I'm kind of excited to start doing a channel within the Cosmic Labyrinth called Searching for Spirit. And it will be just me vlogging through the city of Houston, finding different places are very normal, as well as spiritual, as well as just different places, and maybe talking to everyday people and asking them what do they think about spirituality, and if they practice their spirituality everywhere else. What is it that they consider that is spiritual in everyday life? And this, I don't want us to keep thinking that the only place we could feel spiritual is in a temple or in any kind of religious setting. I think we should really look at our life, the everyday life, and see how we are being spiritual in everyday life. Is being able to speak to family members, to the people that you love, learn forgiveness for ourselves and for the people that we love, but also the people that we don't know. There's so much in being able to connect with each other, and that was kind of this amazing feeling that I had at this Youniversoul Fest, is being able to connect with people and being able to drop the armor, being able to drop all of the vulnerable thing that had made us afraid to meet somebody brand new, like we're in kindergarten, and say, hi, nice to meet you, please tell me about you. I think we get too caught up in our own heads, in our own life, in our own reality, thinking maybe we're not good enough, where the next person could be a great, amazing person we can meet and talk to. So that's both, a lesson for me, as well as hopefully everybody who needs to be reminded that we're all here to experience life, and everyone has their own way of experiencing it. So, we share the information, and hopefully we can learn and grow from it. And if it doesn't work for us, then, try something else. We're not here to tell anybody how to do something. I think it's all about exploring. So I had a pretty busy week, especially I'm going into midterms this next week, so I'll be doing more videos that help me with studying rather than exploring Houston as much this week. But this October has been a very busy month for me. Every week I've been traveling, recording and meeting and talking to people. Next week I go to San Antonio to visit some friends, so maybe I'll take some shots there, capture some San Antonio places. But my goal is to eventually make my way back to oh my god, I forgot, to Enchanted Rock, now that I can film a little bit more and stay there a bit longer and be able to record the beautiful scenery there. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I hope you take time for yourself to reflect what you learned, what kind of things came through for you this week, and come Monday you'll be able to kind of tackle new challenges, because you really learn to process the week, or what you've been going through, what you've been learning. Okay, so thank you, everyone, and see you next time.